Good morning. It's Tina Traster.
Good morning, Tina Traster. How are you this morning?
I am fine. I cannot believe that it is snowing again, but I am fine. How are you?
It's winter. How could you not believe it's snowing?
I just thought we were finished with this. I don't know.
Finished? It's still barely February.
I know.
I want it to snow through April.
You wanted to?
Absolutely, I do.
Don't worry. In the next couple of years, the only places that are going to be seeing snowfall are like the highest points of Maine.
I'm going to have to try and get Santa as a client.
There you go.
All right. Well, good luck with that.
Thank you.
So speaking of Santa, and really unrequited love. That's what I would call the relationship that Rockland County has with supermarket operators. So in the Tapan Plaza, that's the shopping center that's like literally on nearly just on the Bergen border.
Right.
So finally, after 2 years, there is preparation to build a Lidl. I'm going to spell that for all of you people in Radio Land. L-I-D-L, no vowel, Lidl supermarket.
Well, except for the I, yeah. There's no other vowel.
Seems to be missing a second vowel.
Right.
A German grocer, 2 years in the making, and the construction of this supermarket will bring with it not just a new supermarket, but a whole upgrade of the entire strip mall down there. And the reason why that's noteworthy, the reason why that's, just to go back to the unrequited love for a moment, it seems that every time another supermarket is slated to come to Rockland County, there is much crying and hand-wringing over the fact that Trader Joe's just won't come here. So I'll put that out there, and if Trader Joe's is listening, they should know that every time we talk about a supermarket coming, many people take to the internet and put their Trader Joe's prayers out there. Which
we don't get that or a Whole Foods. Why not?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, Whole Foods is good. There are others, but Trader Joe's seems to be the one that people have decided they want and they keep asking for. And every time there's another supermarket coming, they say, "Oh, if only it were Trader Joe's." Anyway, it's not Trader Joe's. It is Lidl. Mm-hmm. And we don't know much about Lidl because this is their first foray into the Hudson Valley. Although they have several supermarkets across the United States and a few in New Jersey. So the owner of the shopping center, which is called Benbrook, that's the shopping center, they are going to completely rehaul the entire shopping center. So, new facade, new design, new parking lot, a total upgrade. While in the meantime, Lidl will demolish the former Bonfire,
right.
Yeah, Bonfire, building, and they plan to put up a 25,000 square foot supermarket, which actually they're going to turn the building on a 90-degree angle, which will be detached from the rest of the stores in the strip mall. So if you've seen my story, there's a rendering of that, so you get a visual on what they're planning to do. But in addition to that, Benbrook is planning on sinking in, I should say, more than $3 million to upgrade the shopping center. Now, the interesting thing about my conversation with George Ackerman, who's one of the principals of Benbrook, is he cited a couple of trends, and we'll talk about that county-wide in a second. One, he talked about how viable, I should say, supermarkets are. The pandemic put us back at our own kitchen tables, dining room tables. I think we're all cooking more, we're all eating home more, and supermarkets are thriving. His comment was that they're a hot asset class, which means something to all those people out there in real estate. Supermarkets are desirable. Let's take this a little bit further out. We've had a lot of comings and goings with supermarkets around the county. For example, the MetFresh in central Nyack never made it, and that got replaced with a Harbor Freight. The Fairway also didn't, in Nanuet, didn't make it, and the Stop and Shop moved over and took that building, but now there is still an empty supermarket building sitting there in Nanuet. And as I think the supervisor of Ramapo discussed this morning, there's a former ShopRite on Route 59 in Tallman that is, he seems to not know who's coming to that location, but he did mention that the Evergreen is replacing the Stop and Shop in Pomona.
Yes, that should open in a couple weeks, he thinks.
Yeah, so it's interesting to watch the trends, around the county in supermarkets. Now, we also had Aldi that has I believe 2 locations, and most recently in Nanuet over the last few years.
Right, there's one also in Stony Point.
Right. Now, Lidl is a bit unknown to us, and this is a German brand, a German supermarket, which I don't believe it's that it's as kind of Whole Foodie as Whole Foods. I think it's more of a middle of the road, some discounted items kind of supermarket. They're planning on, I think it was about a 25,000-foot supermarket, so full-size supermarket, and and then what he was talking about, Ben Brook, was he was saying how in reshaping the rest of the strip mall, he sees a lot of food and services. Again, we see this trend with Brixmor. And that's the shopping center that's across the street from the shops at Nanuet. That shopping center is also in the midst of a big transition, and they too are promising another grocer to come in when they tear down several buildings. So it's there's a lot of we must do a lot of eating. There's a lot of emphasis on food, and what's driving these trends is e-commerce has made so many other things possible. Big boxes are shrinking or disappearing. So strip centers and retailers, shopping center owners are responding to the change in how we shop and eat, and so it's going to be interesting to see, how the supermarket trend continues here in this county.
No doubt, it's easy to buy books and music and just goods on the internet, but it's really hard to sit at your computer and have it spit out a donut or a 3-course meal and right into your lap at that moment. So yeah, there are some things that you're still going to need to do in person. We do have a phone call for you if you want to take a question. We're going to go to our phones now. Tina, if you don't mind. Hi, you're on with Tina Traster from the Rockland County Business Journal. Who's this?
Hi, Will, Jeff. How are you? It's Anna.
Hi, Anna, the coupon queen.
Thank you. There was no better shopping center than Pathmark. Bring back Pathmark.
I actually like the Lidl that's there.
Forget all these shopping centers, these supermarkets and stuff. Bring back Ponderosa or Sizzler, like I said, something like that. Bring that over here.
Well, we can't go back in the way back machine. We can only move forward.
Bring McDonald's over here or something.
All right, so you got your wish list of things to do. I suggest you call George Homan with that and see what he can do. Thanks, Anna. We do have another question with a caller with a question, so we're going to go to the phones again. Hi, you're on with Tina Traster. Who's this?
Hi, it's Marianne from West Nyack.
Hey, Marianne.
I have a question in reference to the mall. I understand that something fell through with some entertainment, and that is pretty much their goal. I had my idea. I just wanted to throw out. Hopefully they'll get more entertainment, but to use the mall, a lot of people are working at home, so they're looking for, they like working at home. So instead of going back to the job, to have suites, where they share a conference center, and this way you're out of the house, but you're in the mall, have some stores there. And also, the Westchester Broadway Theater had closed, and I think this would be a perfect place to have something like that. Even if it's Westchester Broadway Theater revised, it seems to be a central location. You can have, buses, and I don't know, I just thought it would be the perfect spot. And
Marianne is right. The company that had promised to come to the mall was called Arena STEM. and it's a Russian-based outfit that does it's kind of fun and learning tied together, and they instead opted to go to New Jersey. I don't know what the details were, whether they, had any sort of a contract or just an intent to take space in the Palisades. But it's true. They decided instead to go to the Westfield Garden Plaza Mall in Paramus.
Well, what do you think about something like?
I think that the Palisades Mall absolutely has to reinvent itself, and that's what we're really talking about here. Whether we're talking about strip malls or whether we're talking about the Palisades Center or certainly the shops at Nanuet, if they don't have a reinvention, chairman or somebody leading the way for reinvention, then they are looking at being in the dark ages.
I think something like a Westchester Broadway theater would be great to bring people here and patronize. Co-working, which I think is in a sense what you might be talking about, conference rooms. Mm-hmm. There's such a need for space for so many things. I might even throw out there that a portion of the mall could become an animal shelter. I mean, we have such a need here in the county to deal with our stray animals. The Palisades Center is a sprawling property, but I think it's not. It seems that it's a slow moving thing, and I don't know whether they need to think about the whole thing all at once, or whether piece by piece they can reinvent. The owner of the Palisades Mall, which is based in Syracuse, has a mall upstate where they've added a hotel and residential component. I don't see why that's a bad idea here either. I mean, the building is there. We're not tearing down more natural lands, forests. I mean, it's there. It's there to be reinvented. So, well, I hope that they do something with it in a positive way. And like I say, even if it is for office space shared, and it would save a lot of people going over the bridge and the headaches and the traffic.
Absolutely.
I thought it would be win-win all around. So
it is.
Hopefully they're listening.
Hopefully they are, Marianne. Thank you for the call. We appreciate it.
My call.
Oh, thank you.
Bye-bye.
And some point in the future, you can probably read about all of this on rcbizjournal.com. Editor Tina Trasser, thank you so much for joining us, as you always do on a Monday morning. You can get newsletters as well from the site, I imagine?
Just sign up for your free daily newsletter, Monday to Friday, 7 o'clock in the morning, in your inbox. Stay in touch with what's going on in Rockland County.
Excellent. Thanks, Tina. We'll talk to you again on Monday, if not before then.
Okay, bye.
Have a good one.